Hi Year 3, welcome back to your maths video. So let's start off today's lesson by doing your arithmetic. Take about 5 minutes to complete your arithmetic. Pause the video, complete all the questions, and when you're ready to see the answers, play the video then. Okay, so now that you've completed your arithmetic test, I'm going to show you the answers. Don't worry if you've made a mistake. If you've got the answer correct, just put a tick next to it. And if you've made a mistake, put a cross next to it and then write the correct answer next to your answer. Okay, here are your answers. Pause the video if you need some time to correct your work and play the video when you're ready to start today's lesson. Okay, today's learning objective is, can I order a set of numbers from smallest to greatest and greatest to smallest? Can I explain my reasoning? Okay, your starter is, order the numbers below from greatest to smallest. It's important we know how we're ordering the numbers, so I'm going to underline the important words. It says from greatest to smallest. So you need to start with the largest number and finish with the smallest number. Pause the video and have a go at doing this yourself and play the video when you're ready. Okay, so how do we find what the greatest number is to start ordering it from greatest to smallest? Which column do we need to look at to find the greatest number? Do I look at my ones column or do I look at my tens column? Well, my tens column has the greatest value. So I look at my tens column first to find the greatest number. Which one of these numbers has a greater value in its tens column? Well, this number has a 7 in its tens column, which is higher than all the other tens. So this is my greatest number, so that's what I'm going to start with, 75. And I'm going to cross it out to show that I've used this. Now, what about the next greatest number out of the ones we've got left? Which number is it? 57 is my next greatest number because the tens column has a greater number than all the other numbers. So 57. Now look at the numbers we have got left. Which one's the greatest number? Look at the tens column. 34 is the greatest number because 3 is bigger than all the other tens columns of the numbers that we've got. How about these numbers that we've got left? Which is the greatest number out of these? What do you notice? Well, we can see that 2 of the numbers have got 2 in their tens column. So how do we decide which one's the greatest number out of these 2? Well, we need to then look at the next column, which is the ones column. Which one has a greater or bigger number in its ones column? 26, because it has a 6 in its ones column, whereas 25 has a 5 in its ones column. So although the tens are the same, this number has a bigger number in its ones column, which makes it a greater number. And then 25. And lastly, 12. So I've ordered my numbers from greatest to smallest. So it goes from a number that's the highest number, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Now pause the video and have a think about these questions now that we've done it together and explain why. So which is the smallest number and how do you know? Then which is the greatest number? How do you know? Okay, which is the smallest number? Well, the smallest number is 12 because In the tens column, it has the smallest number out of all of the other numbers. It has a 1 in its tens column, whereas all the other ones have a greater number in their tens column. Which is the greatest number? The greatest number is 75 because it has 7 in its tens column, which is higher than all of the other numbers that are in the tens columns. Okay. What does ascending and descending mean? Can you pause the video, and by looking at this diagram, what do you think ascending and descending means? You can have a think to yourself or discuss it with somebody at home if they're available. Pause the video, have a think, and play the video when you're ready. Okay, so as you can see, ascending starts off small and gets higher and higher or greater and greater as it goes along. Whereas descending starts off high, so it would start off with a greater number and get smaller and smaller as it goes along. So, knowing this information, are these numbers ordered in ascending order or descending order? Pause the video and have a think. Okay, let's have a look at what's happening to these numbers. It goes from 12 to 25, 26, 34, 57, 75. What's happening to these numbers? Are they getting bigger or are they getting smaller? Well, the numbers are getting bigger as we go along. Which one of these represents the numbers getting bigger? Ascending or descending? Ascending, because ascending would start with a smaller value and go up as we go along. Just like we have done here, we've started with the smallest number and we've gone up as we go along. So this is ordered in ascending order. Ascending, descending. Okay. Use the digit cards below to make the greatest number and the smallest number possible. Pause the video and have a go at doing this yourself and play the video when you're ready. Okay, we have been given 3 digits and we want to make the greatest number. So, in order to make the greatest number, we know our number is going to be a 3-digit number because we've got 3-digit cards here. Which one of these numbers would I have to put in the hundreds column to get the greatest number or the largest number? Well, 9. I would have to put 9 in my hundreds column. So 9 would go in my hundreds column. And I've used this digit now. So which one of the other 2 digits would I have to put in my tens column to get the highest, the greatest number? Well, 7 would have to go in my tens column to give me the highest value. And then I would be left with 5 to put in the ones column. So this is my greatest number. Now, how about my smallest number? I'm going to do the same with my hundreds, tens, and ones. Okay. Now, I want the smallest possible number now. So which one of these 3 digits would I put in my hundreds column? Remember, your hundreds is your most significant number. It has the highest value. Your tens column is the next most significant number. So after the hundreds, your tens has the highest value. And then after your tens, your ones has the highest value. So the ones out of hundreds, tens, and ones has the lowest value, and your hundreds has the highest value. Which one of these 3 digits would I put in my hundreds column to make the smallest possible number? 5, because it's the smallest number. So 500 would be smaller than 900 if I was to put 9 in the hundreds column, or 700 if I was to put 7 in the hundreds column. So now I have got 9 and 5 left. Remember, your tens is your next most significant number. So which one of these two would I put in the tens column to get the smallest possible number? Oh, sorry, we have 9 and 7 left. Between 9 and 7, which one of these two numbers would I put in my tens column to get the smallest number? 7. And then I'm left with 9, which would go in my ones column. So now I have made the greatest and the smallest numbers. The next part, pause the video and have a go at doing this yourself. Using the digit cards, make 3 numbers and put them in ascending order. You can use these 2 numbers that we've already made and make a third one, or have a go at making your own numbers, but only by using these 3 digits. And you're only allowed to use each digit once. So you can't repeat the same digit in your hundreds, tens, and ones. Pause the video and complete this last part on a scrap piece of paper. I don't need to see these on Tapestry. It's only your main activities that I'm looking for on Tapestry. Okay. So I'm going to use these 2 numbers that I've already got. I'm going to list them here before ordering them. So I've got 975, 579, and which other number could I make? I could put 7 in my hundreds column, 759. You may have come up with different numbers, which is absolutely fine. So using these numbers, how could I put them in ascending order? What did ascending mean? When we're putting numbers in ascending order, do they go up or do they go down? Do the numbers get bigger as we go along, or do the numbers get smaller? Ascending order is when the numbers get bigger and bigger as we go along. So we need to start with the smallest number and end with the highest number. My smallest number, as I discussed in the previous section, is 579. So that's my smallest number. The next smallest number, I know that this is my highest number, so it can't be this. My next smallest number is 759 because 7 in the hundreds column has a smaller value than 9 in my hundreds column. And then lastly, 975. So I've now ordered these numbers in ascending order. So my numbers are getting bigger as I go along. Okay, this is your first independent activity. So pause the video. This is the activity that I need to see on Tapestry. On your piece of paper, please label clearly that this is activity 1. And then complete activity 1 by yourself and play the video when you're ready to move on with the lesson. Okay. Can you put these numbers into ascending order? Remember, ascending starts with the smallest to the largest number. Pause the video, have a go at ordering these on your scrap piece of paper and play the video when you're ready. Remember, we need to look at the hundreds, tens, and ones. To find the smallest number, I need to look at which one of my numbers has the smallest hundreds. I can see that 101 has the smallest hundreds. So that's going to be my smallest number. Which one of these numbers that I've got left has the smallest hundreds? I can see that these 2 numbers have 2 hundreds, which is smaller than 3 and smaller than 4. So then I need to look at my next most significant column, which is the tens column. Which one of these tens columns has the smallest number? 3. So I know that 235 is my next smallest number, and then 254. Now, out of these two numbers remaining, which one is the smallest number? Well, I look at the hundreds column. This has a 3 in its hundreds column, and this has a 4 in its hundreds column. So 354 is smaller. And lastly, 453. Again here, use this diagram to help you. Can you put these in descending order? In descending order. Pause the video and have a go at completing this. Play the video when you're ready. Okay, so when we're ordering things in descending number, we need to start with the largest number and go down to the smallest. How do we know which one's the largest number? Which column do I look at? I look at my hundreds column first. I can see that 864 has the highest number, the largest number as its hundreds column. So this is my largest number, which I start with, 865. Then which one is my highest number, my largest number? 786, because it has a 7 in its hundreds column. And then out of the numbers that I've got left, which one is my largest number? Remember, I'm starting with the largest and I keep going down to the smallest. So out of these, which one is my largest number? I can see that two numbers have got the same number in the hundreds column, 500 and 500. So which column do I look at next? I look at my tens column next. Which one of these tens is larger? 6. So this is my next largest number, 568. And then 547. And lastly, 324. I have now ordered my numbers in descending order, starting with the largest and getting smaller and smaller and smaller as I go along. This is your second independent activity that you also need to clearly label on your piece of paper ready to put onto Tapestry. So this is activity 2, which you would write on your piece of paper and then label it clearly A, B, C, D, and E when you're completing them, so I can see which activity you have completed. When you have completed activity 2, I've got a challenge for you on the next slide, so play the video when you're ready. Okay, your challenge is Mathstronaut has written 6 numbers in ascending and descending order, but he has spilt ink onto his page. Which numbers are missing? Explain what the numbers could be and how you know. For this activity, you can put your number of choice in these under these spilt bits, but it has to make sense. So you first need to look at whether the numbers are ordered in ascending order or descending order. And if, for example, let's decide which order these numbers are ordered in. It goes from 111, we don't know what this number is, 215, 217, we don't know what this number is, 300. But from the numbers that we have, what's happening to my numbers? Are they getting bigger or are they getting smaller? They're getting bigger, so they are placed in ascending order. They're ordered in ascending order. So if the numbers are getting bigger and bigger, would it make sense for me to put 100 here? No, because I've started off with 111 and my next number has to be bigger. But would it make sense if I put 400 underneath this spill ink? No, because the next number is 215. So the number that I put here has to be between 111 and 215. For example, I could put the number 120. Because I've started with a smaller number, my number's gotten bigger, and then bigger, and then bigger, but your number could be different, but it still needs to make sense. So have a go at completing your challenge and upload all of your work onto Tapestry. I look forward to seeing all of your work, and well done for keeping busy at home. See you in the next video. Bye, Year 3.